welcome back to Harmony Yoga. Today I want to talk to you about the integration in your body. Many of you have reached out and said, hey, I'd love some pointers on how to help my back. The point is that yoga in its entirety is awesome for your back. And the reason that is because we are integrated from head to toe. Not only from head to toe, also from the bones all the way out to the soft tissue and the muscles and the skin. So we are integrated, and the yoga really is an integrated practice. So once we get comfortable with our practice and we practice more regularly, which is the point of me putting on some shorter videos so that you can do this more often. Maybe you don't have an hour every day, maybe you can carve out 10, 15, 20 minutes, maybe half an hour here and there. So I'm trying to give you a variety of times and approaches so that you can find the thing that works for you and also challenges you. Maybe there's a thing or two you can learn along the way. So what I have noticed in the last couple of days of this, what are they calling this? The home, not isolation, but staying home. I've noticed that I really am integrated in my community, and I see people and I want to reach out and hug them if I'm on a walk and realize, oh my gosh, we got to keep that social distancing. But I do know we are all integrated as humans, and out on the internet right now, you can find so many offerings from people that are really trying to keep us connected, keep us positive and moving forward. So I love that. I love everything that's going on right now in terms of that positive approach to an uncomfortable situation. So to start out with today, I want to read to you a little bit. It's called A Virtuous Cycle, The Ripple Effect by Madison Taylor. I'm just going to read to you a couple pieces here. She says, the impact you have on the world is greater than you could ever imagine, and the choices you make affect the whole. Okay, she wrote this years ago. She didn't write it specifically about now, but isn't it so true that the little things we do are affecting our world in general? So she said, in a world of 6 billion people, it's easy to believe that the only way to initiate profound transformation is to take extreme action. Each of us, however, carries with us the capacity to change the world in small ways for better or for worse. Everything we do and think affects the people in our lives. Imagine bringing great joy, inspiration, or anxiety and pain. So you have this impact on the world that is greater than you could ever imagine, and the choices you make have a far-reaching consequence. The waves of kindness that wash over the world through all the internet offerings, I'm just so thrilled about that. So now, keeping that in mind about how we are all integrated as humans and we do affect each other, see if you can bring that to the body while we move on our yoga mat today. And imagine you are all integrated from head to toe. So we're going to do some things with our feet today that may actually help some pain up in your neck. And maybe it won't happen all at one time. You know, yoga is not a quick fix. It's really meant to be done over time. And remember, it's a combination of the mind, the body, and the spirit. So it's not just a workout for the body, so to speak, but we're working on the qualities of the mind and the expression of the heart. So go ahead and come to a standing position. The first thing I want to do is have you come stand at a wall and notice the parts of your body that connect with the wall. So perhaps the heels, the calves, the hips and the buttocks, the shoulder blades, and then I want you to press in. I've got a ponytail in, so I'm going to take that out so I can press the back of my head and my knuckles back into the wall. And feel all of those. And if you start to kind of fall forward, you can step a little bit away from the wall if you need to. But challenge yourself to step back to the wall as much as you can. Move the inner thighs back and drop that tailbone down, scooping it a little bit forward. And then look forward. So we're not looking up toward the sky. The chin is level with the ground, and then ramp that chin back like you're trying to move the chin level with the floor back toward the wall. Now that may be just a little bit of self-discovery for you. If your head is leaning really far forward, that will put an extreme amount of tension up in the upper back. So we're going to try to keep ramping that throat back, okay? The next thing we're going to do is let's do this. Let's go back to the wall. This time we're going to face the wall, put our hands shoulder height, and step away from the wall and come into an L position. I don't know if it's easier to see this way. Moving your body back. allowing that to start to stretch into your shoulders. Maybe that's a nice hamstring stretch for you, or even into the calves. Stay here for a couple cycles of breath and notice how that feels. You're basically in this L position. So we're not worrying about bringing our hands to the floor today. We're pressing into the wall and moving the thighs back. Good. On your next inhale, rise. And then, again, this is going to be kind of a clunky class today. We're going to be all over the place here. But do this with me. Take the edge of your mat, or if you're on a towel, or you can find something, maybe your rolled up blanket. Roll that up. So feel free to pause the video while you do this. And step your left heel on top of the roll and your right foot back. Bring your hands to your hips. Elongate the spine, rotate the shoulders back, and ramp that throat back again. Now we're going to start to slowly come forward with that right foot, stepping forward, bending into the front knee, pressing the back heel back, and then straightening the front leg, reaching forward, pressing down into that heel. Good, and rise. Step your right foot back. Left foot can slowly come forward, bending that knee, pressing the right heel back, pressing it into that roll, and then straighten the front leg, reach the crown of the head forward, reach the heart forward, pressing that back heel down. Good, and rise. Step both heels on the roll. Now you can practice with making that roll a little bit smaller, making a little bit bigger. There are half domes that they sell. In fact, I've got one in the other room. I should probably show you that. That is a great way to constantly stretch your calves. This time what you're going to do is come down, walk your hands forward into a shortened down dog with both knees. Let's start out bending, pressing the heels down, and then lifting the hips as much as you can. And do that again. Bend both knees. Slowly lift the hips. Pressing into that roll. Good. Walk your hands back. Hands to the hips. Press up. Release the mat now. And then step your right foot back, toes curled under on the floor. Not curled under, toes flat. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Stretching now through the top of the foot. Attempt to drag the foot forward. Taking a deep breath in. Good, and exhale, release. Let's switch to the other side. Step that left leg back. Toes are flat on the mat. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky. Drag the heel or drag the toes forward. Good, and release. Now let's go ahead and come onto our hands and knees. Hands are right under the shoulders, toes are curled under. Let's do a couple rounds here of cat-cow. So the spine, reach toward the floor, lifting the head, lifting the sitting bones. Exhaling, lifting the spine, dropping the head. Notice where you might hold some tension here. And then go around one more time. Good. Come back to a flat back. Now, remember that head ramp we were talking about when we were at the wall. So looking straight down toward your mat, move the head forward and lift the chin back. Do a couple more of those. Head down, head back. So if you were at the wall, you're reaching your head away from the wall and then pressing the back of the head into the wall. One more. That helps you get that muscle memory of what it means to ramp that head back. And then keep your head just as it is. Keep your arms straight. All we're going to do is move the heart toward the floor. And then lift the spine up toward the sky. So now I'm kind of arched up through the upper back. The shoulder blades are moving away from the spine. And then exhale, draw the shoulder blades together. Pushing down through your fingertips. One more time, we're going to lower, drawing the shoulder blades together on the back. Notice my arms are still straight. The movement is coming out of the rhomboid. These are rhomboid push-ups. You can really learn to strengthen that muscle that draws those shoulder blades together, and that's a big help up in the back. Okay, go ahead and come onto your back and cross your right ankle over your left knee. Interlace your hands behind your back hamstring. Press the head down, move the hips back. Lifting the low back up off the floor. Feel that stretch into the right hip. Now lift and separate your toes. Push the ankle and the knee together. Take a deep breath in and exhale, release. Switch to the other side. Interlace your hands behind the right hamstring. Lift and separate your toes. Lift the low back and push the ankle and the knee together. Feel that activate all the way up into the left hip. Let go of your toes, get passive. And then do that again. Engage by drawing the toes up toward your knee. Attempt to separate the toes apart. Even if you can't, it's the effort that engages the muscles in the legs, makes that a nicer stretch. Good. Release. Now, strap up around the ball of your right foot. Again, pausing the video if you need to go get a strap. Strengthening, pushing up through the strap. I like to choke up as high as I can on that strap. Drawing the toes toward the top of my head. But you may not have that flexibility, and that's not a problem at all. Every body is different, so there's no shame there. Again, choking up as close as you can so the arms are straight, pulling those toes down. And then grab a hold of the strap with the right hand and take that right leg across the body. Not across the body, but out to the side. Inhale deeply. Exhale, let yourself go here. Pushing out through both legs. Good, and then come back across the body now. Grab the strap with the left hand. Right hand reaches out, and that right leg comes across the body. Any place that feels comfortable for you to stay, or roll over onto the little toe side of the left foot, and let that foot come all the way to the floor. You decide. Still pressing out into that strap. So there's a lot going on here. You could probably tell that if you go slowly coming in and out of this pose, you can tell there's a lot going on here in the leg, and that really can contribute to the low back. So that's why this is such a good stretch, because you can do it first thing in the morning or last thing at night before you get out of bed or back into bed at night. Choking up now on the left foot, letting your head rest down. If you need to put a blanket under your head to be comfortable, just know your body. You start to know what props you need. Push up through the ball of the big toe, bringing that foot toward your head or further away if you're a little tighter. That's not a problem. Take a deep breath in. Good. Grab both handles now with the left hand. Take that foot out to the left. Right arm reaches out to the right. So you're really trying to push out through the crown of the head, through both arms and through both feet. Lift and separate the toes on both feet, extending yourself longer. Good, and come back up to center. Grab the strap with your left hand. Take it across the body. Now it's the left foot and the right hand, you guys. You probably know where you're going here. Pushing out into the strap. Feel all that's going on up into the hip and the leg. Extend that long. We're not passive here with the legs. We're pushing out, trying to lengthen the leg bones. Every exhale, see if you can release a little more. And then inhale, come back up to center. Bring the soles of the feet together. press your elbows down. Let the inseam of your pants move toward the earth. Let your back come up off the floor. And then slightly scoop the tailbone so you're not so constricted in the low back. But we still want that space here. The heart is lifted, the back of the head. Now the eyes are looking up toward the sky. Again, get that out of the way so the back of your head can connect, and then the palms are facing up toward the sky. So we start to reflect again on how the body is interconnected from the position of the bones and how that affects the muscles. Particularly, I would say, 80% of the people have that head forward position because of all the forward activity we do. So especially here in this posture, keep pressing the back of the head down, press the elbows down, and let that heart lift. Walking the shoulder blades underneath you again, and then settling in here with the breath. Staying here as long as you like. Or folding those knees together, stretching the legs out, or rolling over to come up to a seated position. So I leave you with these simple words today, again from Madison Taylor. She says, a smile directed at a stranger, a compliment given to a friend, an attitude of laughter, or a thoughtful gesture can send ripple effects that spread among your loved ones and associates, out into your community, and finally throughout the world. You have the power to touch the lives of everyone you come in contact with, or in our case, not coming in contact with, and everyone those people come in contact with as well. So knowing today the best thing we can do for our world is to stay home, stay connected virtually. The momentum of your influence will grow as your ripples move onward and outward, and one of those ripples could become a tidal wave of love and kindness. So let us do that virtually today, reaching out to one another any way we can through the phone, an email, a Facebook comment, so many wonderful things that are going on out there, you guys, and I'm just so happy to be part of it. I will be posting some more videos on therapy, but I first wanted to do this one about integration and get that attitude going in your own practice. That there's not going to be a quick fix here. We're going to work the long haul, but we can certainly focus on some principles to relieve the issues in the back. So if you are laying down, I leave you to stay and be comfortable. If you are ready to move on with your day, I offer you blessings and gratitude for joining me today. Take care now.